Okay, so if you're in marketing or, you run any kind of business online, you've probably been feeling it lately. It's like the ground is just shifting under our feet. For years, the game was all about SEO, right? Search engine optimization. But now, AI is here and it's completely rewriting the rules. We're not just talking about SEO anymore. We're talking about something new, GEO. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what that means and, honestly, why it's probably the biggest change to digital visibility we've seen in a decade.
And listen, if you think you're just imagining all this chaos, you are definitely not alone. I mean, this quote here from Josh Lohr over at Contentful, it just says it all, doesn't it? He's been doing SEO for 15 years, and even he says he's never seen a time this turbulent. That's a huge statement. It tells you that this isn't just a minor update. The very foundation of how we all find information online is changing. And man, is it changing fast.
So yeah, this turbulence, it's not just a feeling. It is a reality. And it's being driven by this just relentless series of developments that have completely changed the search landscape. I mean, just look at this timeline from the past year. It's been wild. It really kicked off with that massive leak of Google's internal search docs. That alone rocked the entire industry. But then, boom, AI overviews started showing up right in the search results. Then came the huge algorithm and spam updates that just decimated some sites. And if that wasn't enough, ChatGPT launched its own search feature, and now Google is rolling out its AI mode. Any one of these things would have been a major story for the year. But all of them together, that's not just a change, that's a seismic shift.
Okay, so to navigate this new world, we really need to update our vocabulary. Think of it like this. SEO was the old, familiar map we all used. But GEO, that's Generative Engine Optimization, that's our new compass, and we all need to learn how to read it. So let's get into the basics and look at the core difference.
All right, first, let's start with what we all know and love, right? SEO. For pretty much 20 years, the goal has been super simple. You create some great content, you optimize it, and you try to rank as high as you can on a page of search results. Why? To get someone to click your link and come to your website. It's always been a competition for clicks. Now, let's talk about GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. And the goal here is, well, it's entirely different. You're not competing for a click from a list of 10 blue links anymore. Now you're competing for inclusion inside a single AI-generated answer. So the game isn't about getting a click. It's about influencing how the AI itself talks about you, your brand, and your entire industry.
And that really brings us to the absolute core of it. The most crucial distinction. SEO's focus, earning clicks. GEO's focus, shaping answers. And that one simple difference, it changes absolutely everything about how we need to think about content and being visible online. So once you really get that core difference, it leads to the next logical question, right? What are the new rules of the game? If the goal isn't just about getting clicks anymore, what does it even mean to be visible online? And maybe the biggest question of all, what happened to all that traffic we used to fight so hard for?
Yeah, this is it. This is the million-dollar question. If people are getting their answers right there in an AI summary, they just have way less reason to click through to an actual website. It's just logical. So what does the impact of that actually look like in the data?
Whoa, okay. The data here it's pretty stark. So your average click-through rate for a traditional Google search, about 8.5%. Not bad. But now look at what happens with AI. For an AI answer that shows up in the search page, that rate just plummets to under 1%. And if you're in a chatbot like ChatGPT, it's even lower. We're talking about a drop of over 90%. The clicks are literally just disappearing into that answer box.
You know, it feels crazy, but we've actually seen this movie before. It's like history repeating itself. Remember 20 years ago? Yahoo had that super cluttered homepage, and it lost to Google's beautifully simple search bar. Why? Because users wanted speed and simplicity. Well, today, Google's own results page is getting pretty cluttered, and it's being challenged by the ultimate in simplicity, a single direct answer from an AI. It's that same user desire for a faster, simpler experience that's driving the change all over again.
Okay, this chart here really puts all the strategic differences right next to each other. So with SEO, we were always optimizing entire pages, right? With GEO, the AI is just grabbing little pieces, passages, definitions, lists. In SEO, authority was all about backlinks. In GEO, it's about trust, clarity, and consistent mentions from lots of different places. But here's the kicker. Look at the risk. Ignoring SEO meant you'd lose traffic and rankings. Bad, but manageable. Ignoring GEO, you risk losing control of your entire brand narrative. That's a whole different level of problem. So with everything we've talked about, you might be thinking, okay, our websites just
Becoming obsolete? Are they dead? And the answer is absolutely not. But their job has totally changed. In fact, you could argue it's becoming even more important, just in a very, very different way.
So your website basically has two critical new jobs now. Job number one, it needs to serve as the evidence. It's the credible proof behind the AI's answer. Think about it. The few people who do still click are super motivated. They're not just browsing, they're looking for confirmation and depth, and your site has to provide it. And job number two, your site needs to shape the narrative. These AI systems, they learn from all the content out there. So by using really clear, really consistent language, you can start to influence how they explain your brand and your whole industry over time.
All right, so how do we actually win in this new AI era? Well, it's going to require a big shift in mindset, away from all the short-term tactics and tricks, and towards a real long-term strategy that's built on brand discipline. A really successful GEO strategy is built on three main pillars. First up, clear definitions. You have to define who you are and what you do with zero ambiguity. Second, consistent language. You need to use that same exact terminology everywhere, on your site, in your press releases, on other people's blogs. And third, credible validation. You've got to get other trusted sites to talk about you and describe you in that same aligned way. It's basically about creating a positive echo chamber of clarity all around your brand.
And really, that's the bottom line here. GEO is not about finding the next loophole or some new clever trick. It rewards discipline, pure and simple brand discipline. Because the AI, it doesn't just repeat your marketing copy. It's way smarter than that. It synthesizes how the entire web describes you. Reviews, articles, forum posts, you name it. Your visibility is now a direct reflection of how the whole internet perceives you.
So as we wrap this up, I want you to step back and just think about your own brand. Ask yourself this one simple question. Is the story we're telling clear enough, consistent enough, and credible enough for an AI to actually repeat it accurately? Because in this new age of GEO, that might just be the most important question you can answer.